Welcome to the 5-Week Linguist Show. If you want to learn a language or you teach a language, you've come to the right place. Join Janina each week for tips, resources, and advice for making engaging language learning happen anytime, anywhere.
Welcome to the 5-Week Linguist Show. We're talking again about drama this week in the classroom. So drama is a huge passion of mine. I have one of my BAs in theater arts and I've been an actress. And throughout my career of teaching languages, I love to incorporate so many things that I've done and do as an actress and a writer into the work. And it makes it more fun, it brings it to life, and it gets everyone talking and communicating. And I wanted to share with you today 5 activities to practice meeting and greeting in other languages. So the first one is alliteration. And I'm not exactly sure what this would look like in Mandarin, though I'm sure there's an equivalent, but this would be a more advanced activity than it would be in Spanish or in French, of course. Basically, whatever your name is, you have to introduce yourself with the adjective of the same letter, of course. So, Luisa Loca, right? And then what everyone has to do is you would incorporate something like, me llamo Luisa Loca, ¿y tú? And so then another student's going to do the same thing, and they're going to introduce themselves. And at the beginning level, everyone would have to repeat what the last person says. And the second person repeats what the first person said, and then et cetera, and keep introducing yourself. And so making it a little bit more complicated, you'd introduce yourself by getting more language in, like a greeting, right? So for example, hola, me llamo Luisa Loca, ¿y tú cómo te llamas? Yo me llamo Bárbara Bonita. Eres Luisa Loca. You're constantly building on that, and then you can introduce that person to another person. Eres Luisa Loca. Te presento a Luisa Loca. You get the picture, right? So you're going to keep introducing people. You can make it as complicated as you want, but just think about what language you want in there, right? And what you want them to be able to repeat. So if you're doing basic adjectives, you might just use the alliteration with the adjective. So, Ana amable, for example, something with the same letters, and then everyone has to repeat it. It's really a lot of fun. And then you can add the language that you want to add in there, right? That you want them to build. And greetings to people from all walks of life. And the next one is fun because you can do this with your upper levels and some with your lower level towards the end of the year. And so basically you give them a bunch of situations and just write them down on a piece of paper or the board or wherever, someplace where they can see them. And you have them randomly change at your signal. So for example, they have to greet the teacher. That uses formal language. Then they have to greet a famous person. Then they greet an artist. Then they greet a famous person from history. Political leader, an actor, a journalist, different professions. So what would they do? Have them greet using different emotions, greet as if they're happy, greet as if they're sad. So you're going to, plan this all out and go over the language beforehand before you do this. So what are formal ways that we greet people, and what are informal ways? What are ways that we feel? Different words to describe our feelings, emotions, etc. And then you brainstorm with them, and then you go through the list and get into the practice. It's a really great way to infuse some fun into greetings. Fingers. So this one's a lot of fun, and I would say this is really appropriate for sort of the end of the first year, year 2, and it can be done in upper levels. So everyone comes together in a circle and they put up their fingers, and you can choose whatever number. Each student will have prepared a certain number of questions that can be answered with yes or no. And people want to put their fingers down as they're being eliminated. So for example, do you live in a giant house? No, I don't, so I put my finger down. Were you born outside the United States? No. Were you born in a hospital? Anything that can be answered yes or no. It's really communicative. It's a great way to recycle any type of introductory personal information. Name ball. This is not a COVID activity. This will be after. It's really basic and fun. Just a koosh ball. Something really simple. Again, you're meeting and greeting and just adding a ball to it. I introduce myself. I throw the ball to you. You introduce yourself to someone else, and we keep going around the circle, right? And we keep passing the ball around. And it's a great way to get started with introductions. The my name is circle. So have everyone sit in a big circle. Again, post-COVID, first person says, hello, my name is, and they're going to be looking directly at someone who's in the circle. And as they say that, they're going to walk over and take that person's space. As they're moving into that space, the other person has to vacate immediately by making eye contact with another person and saying, my name is, in the target language, and then they go take that person's space. And what's fun about it is everyone's moving and talking, and everyone's practiced in the target language what their name is. So I hope you found these activities useful. I'd love to hear how they went. Until next time.
Thank you for listening to the 5-Week Linguist Show with Janina Klimas. Join us each week here and visit us at reallifelanguage.com/reallifelanguageblog for more resources for learning and teaching languages.